Hello everyone, and welcome to Portal 64. I'm your host, David, and today I really want to share a game with you guys. Now, if you read the title, you already know what it is. It's Nier Automata. And I didn't get to play this game last year because it really just kind of went under my radar. Like, I'll see people cosplaying 2B, but that was about it. Or even like fan art of like 9S, and it's like, I don't know who these characters are, or what they're from, or what the game is about. But thanks to Geo, one of the animators from Rooster Teeth, and some other people tweeting about it a lot lately because it was hitting the 1-year anniversary, I was able to catch it on sale for 50% off, which was very, very nice. Like, saved me a lot of money on a game that I wasn't too sure if I was gonna love or not. And I'm really glad I gave this game a chance. I've been really wanting to play games that were non-FPS and kind of venture back into games that I used to play as a kid. Like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was like, oh, I mean, Zelda was always an exception, but this game is so freaking unique. Like Persona 5 is unique in its own way, and I love it for that. But this game took unique down an alley that I didn't even think of, and oh boy, I felt like I needed my handheld sometimes. This game was very challenging, pushed my boundaries, and I've never like got really angry at a game because I get angry at games sometimes, but I've never had it in like this genre so much before. And it wasn't like a, oh, I hate this game kind of anger. It was like a, oh man, I died and I want to get better kind of angry. And it was really great. And this game, it has like a lot of action RPG, which I love. Like, I love the adventure and action and like exploring the open world and doing side quests and exploring the strange world that this game has, because it's about like humanity pretty much being extinct. You don't see a single human in the entire game. You're playing as androids and you're fighting against the machines, and right when you get to Earth, the machines aren't really all that violent, or at least a lot of them are non-violent at all. Like Pascal, one of my favorite characters in the game, is a robot who is neither for or against fighting the androids and humans. The machines, they start to like identify as humans or like try to become human, which is often a theme that you see inside stories with robots like Ex Machina, iRobot, and so many more. Like even Halo 4 with Cortana, you talk a lot about like what constitutes a soul, and can something that was made by someone else by hand have a soul compared to someone who was born. And this game really explores that. And as you're playing as like 2B or 9S, because I beat the game and the game says like, hey, you want to replay it again because this is gonna like open up new story alleys. And oh my gosh, now I'm playing as 9S, which I have mixed feelings about because he's not my favorite character, but he's growing on me. He's growing on me. The androids, they're not allowed to have emotions, and it's like, why are they not allowed to have emotions? And during my first playthrough, there was this character named A2, but we only saw her once, and she opened up like a, you shouldn't be trusting command. And it's like, we never got to learn that in our first playthrough. Why? But we're gonna get there at some point. I'm gonna start streaming this game, and I'm super excited to show you guys. As I mentioned, this game has a lot of different gameplays, and playing as 9S, it has a lot of arcade style gameplay, and that is my weakness. I suck at arcade gameplay. Someone save me. Oh, and if you're gonna play this game on PC, you're definitely gonna want a controller and hook that up, because this game is going to be near impossible with a mouse and keyboard. Like, anyone who is playing this game with a mouse and keyboard, I salute you, sir. You deserve a Purple Heart. That is some tough crap. It's even tough with a controller. Like, I had to customize some of my controls. because I did not like the dodge button being a trigger, and I didn't like the shoot button being a shoulder pad, which I don't know why, but a lot of PlayStation games like to do that. I noticed Call of Duty was doing that even on my friend's PlayStation 3 when I first discovered Black Ops, and I was like, this makes no sense. You have a trigger button, why not use it as if you're shooting the gun, if we're shooting guns in a gun game? But you're definitely gonna experiment with your controls, see what's comfortable for you. I didn't like having dodge on a trigger button because my impulse is to hit the trigger button for attack stuff, and, well, I guess that's why I died a lot. So I changed it so they were flipped, and it made the game a lot easier for me. I had some issues where the game kept resetting my controls, where, like, I'll play it once, I'll be done for the day, turn off the game, and then the next day I go into it, the controls are back to the default, and I have to start all over again with the remapping of the what button does what, which was a bit of an issue. But, oh, and speaking of the main menu, I freaking loved how they, like, taught you or, like, have you set your settings in the game, because it's actually, like, done as if it's, like, the inside of 2B's head. It's like, alright, here's how you set your brightness, this is how you set your volume, and, like, 9S is talking to you, but you don't hear him until you set your volume. And you hear him, he's like talking to you, he's like, hello, just turn the volume up until you could hear my voice. And it was really cool. I loved little moments like that. This game is very arty, like very artistic. It feels so human at times, despite not playing as a human character, you're playing as a robot. And it, again, going with that theme of like what makes a soul and like what makes something human, it's just so fitting. And I love the world, and the fighting style is really cool. It goes down some weird alleyways when it comes to Adam and Eve, but I like it that way. It's fitting for this game, and I highly recommend you guys play it. It is rated M, so if you're a high schooler, you might want to ask your parents permission. It says there's like some slight nudity, but there's no genitals or detailed stuff if you're worried about that. Like, you see Adam and Eve fully nude, but there's nothing between their legs, so they're like Barbie dolls, okay? So if that's enough to convince your parents, if they're really iffy on that, good luck. And as far as language goes, there's not too much language. As far as like blood and stuff goes, I didn't look if you could turn off blood, but there really isn't any because you're fighting robots, and like 2B and 9S, they kind of bleed from time to time in like cutscene stuff, but it's nothing you wouldn't see from like a Marvel movie or like any other PG-13 action movie. So, you know, there's that. I know when I was a kid, my mom was like super iffy about Halo, and I always was like, well, this game's practically rated T, it's just rated M because people are dumb and the aliens have blue blood. That was not enough to convince her for a long while, but I eventually got there. So, guys, I highly recommend this game. It's no longer 50% off, but it's worth the $60 if you ask me. I got it on PC, and it's available on PlayStation 4. So I do not think it's on Xbox One. It's not on the Switch. So if you're a PlayStation player, go get it. If you're a PC player, go get it. For PC people, there's no like in detail like graphic stuff. There's like medium, high, and ultra. Or no, it's low, medium, high. Like that's all for the graphics, which I ran mine at high, and I think the game just runs at 30 frames per second, or maybe it runs at 60, and it just sometimes looks like it's at 30, which doesn't bother me. I spent most of my life playing games at 30 frames. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, please give it a like, And if you're not already subscribing, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell, because that's super important these days, and this is my first time asking for it. And I will boop you guys next time.